Hey guys, Matt here. Now, it's been a little while since I've done a review, but it's the holidays, so I was spending time with family and friends, and the movies that came out this season's been really busy, so it took me a little while, but I'm back, and this is my review of Jack Reacher. This movie is directed by Christopher Macguire, and the movie stars Tom Cruise with Rosamund Pike, Richard Jenkins, David Oyelowo, who we're going to call David O for short, and Werner Herzog. Now, the plot of this movie, basically, this sniper kills 5 random people, and the man accused of committing the crime is brought in for questioning. And in the interrogation room, his only response is, "Get Jack Reacher." So Jack Reacher makes his way into the scene, and basically, Jack Reacher is this guy that used to be a military police officer, and he's extremely knowledgeable, and he's seen it all when it comes to military affairs. So basically, Tom Cruise plays Jack Reacher, who is getting to the bottom of the crime, and he's trying to figure out whether or not this man accused of the crime actually committed it. Now, for those of you that don't know, the character of Jack Reacher is taken from the book entitled One Shot, which is a single book in a series by author Lee Child. And so, normally when I see a movie and somebody goes, "Oh yeah, it's based on a book," I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. But this is the first movie in recent memory that I was like, okay, I know this is coming from a book, so let's see how it translates to screen. So, after seeing the trailer to this movie, I was like, okay, they're trying to make little old Tom Cruise the next badass action star, kind of like Taken for Liam Neeson. And so I was kind of skeptical, and I saw Jack Reacher, and I really liked this movie. Actually, I liked it so much, I was like, oh my gosh. I called my grandma. I'm like, you need to go see Jack Reacher, because she loves books. So I was like, this is definitely the movie for you. Tom Cruise did really well was his own stunts. There's a chase scene in this movie, and it wasn't, your perfect Hollywood chase scene where the car never stalls, or the car gets stuck, and the driver has to, maneuver it and change gears and try to get out of stuff. No, this chase scene was practical. Jack Reacher, his car would get banged up, it'd miss a headlight, but he'd still keep going. And that's what made this movie cool, because I was like, alright, good, this movie's not Hollywoodized, though it's based on a book. I love how they didn't make things impractical. Now, as far as the other cast members in this movie, Rosamund Pike and David O, basically were there for 2 reasons. One, because you needed to have characters that seemed, I guess, dumb compared to Jack Reacher. They had to kind of show us how smart Jack Reacher really was and how out of his league they were. Rosamund Pike was just there to look pretty as well. And also, when it comes to a storyline like this, it's kind of, I want to say confusing unless you know the players involved. You needed known actors to play these key roles in this movie, because if they were just nobodies, you'd kind of get confused and you'd get lost in the movie. There was also a small role by Werner Herzog, who played, I guess you could call him the villain in this movie, but it just, to me, was like pointless, because he was just a German guy with missing fingers and talked about surviving. He was a really weak villain. His muscle, or his henchman in this movie, did a much better job than he did. The best way to sum up this movie is the plot is like The General's Daughter meets Alex Cross. Main character is like Liam Neeson from Taken mixed with Sherlock Holmes. Now, what's not to like in any of those combinations? This movie is practical, it's well-paced, it's got good music, and it's got a character that may not be the nicest guy in the world, but you still want to root for him. So, from rating a 1 to a 5, because this movie was extremely enjoyable, I'm going to give Jack Reacher a 4 out of 5. Now, normally, when I take a character from book series like Jason Bourne or even Jack Ryan, I'm not ready to really rush out and go pick up one of their novels, but after seeing Jack Reacher, I think I want to do that, because we're probably going to see a sequel or 2 from this franchise, and I welcome it with open arms. So until next time, guys, see ya.